Hello, Radiant Health and Wellness community. This is Dr. Beata Harasim. So I welcome you to this gut health series. In this series, we're going to be going through and in-depth into the 4 missing components of gut health and healing that you've likely never heard of. And on my personal journey, I missed these components for years before I started working with practitioners and mentors and discovered these for myself and experienced the transformation in my own personal healing journey and my daughter's. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's get started with who this is for. You are in the right place if you feel like you don't have the energy, radiance, and vitality that you want every day. And this may be showing up in different areas of your life. It may be in your personal life, your relationships, your family life, your work and career, or maybe just the joy that you feel every single day. And maybe you do have chronic conditions. So some of the areas that I specialize in are chronic pain, chronic fatigue, anxiety and depression, digestive conditions like constipation, diarrhea, bloating, irritable bowel syndrome or disease, multiple different autoimmune conditions, skin conditions like eczema or psoriasis, asthma, osteoarthritis. And then one area that I subspecialize in is babies and toddlers and the breastfeeding dyad between mom and the little ones, especially if there are food allergies like cow's milk protein allergy, milk and soy protein intolerance, FPIAP, FPIES, etc. So you are in the right place if this resonates with you. You don't need to have a condition or a diagnosis in order to benefit from this information. So this is also for you if you have tried treatments before, you've tried supplements, you've tried maybe probiotics, you've tried working with different practitioners or protocols, and maybe you haven't, and this is for you as well. This information is beneficial to anyone who is looking to improve their health and wellness, their radiance and vitality on a daily basis. Now, one of the areas I specialize in is gut health, because this is one of the underlying causes or root causes for many of the conditions that I listed earlier. And at the same time, you don't need a condition. So sometimes just having brain fog or not being able to think clearly may be a consequence of a non-optimal gut microbiome. We'll go into that. So let's get into a basic understanding of gut health. Gut health is essentially based on the trillions of microorganisms that we have living in our gut. So some of you may not know this, but we actually have more microorganisms living in and on us than we have our own cells in our body. And this creates different microbiomes. So in our gut, it's called the gut microbiome. And this is a connection, a collaboration really, of bacteria, viruses, yeasts, fungi, parasites, all sorts of different microorganisms creating their own ecosystem. Now, this is actually crucial to our survival as humans. This interaction of our gut microbiome with our bodies is beneficial for many reasons. Now, the challenge is that this gut microbiome may become imbalanced, and that is when we see, again, conditions, we see signs and symptoms, and they may be physical, they may be mental as well. So this is just the manifestation of these signs and symptoms, and many times the underlying root cause is gut health. A long time ago, Hippocrates said, all disease starts in the gut. And this is being shown to be true all the time. And when we work on our gut health, then we can improve these signs and symptoms and conditions that we may have. Now, the key is that when we look at gut health, we can't just look at the physical. And these are the missing components that really no one else is talking about. This is not widely known, and it's so crucial in the healing journey. So in this gut health series, we're going to go through some of these other components that you haven't heard of and you aren't really aware of, and maybe stopping you from seeing healing on your journey or seeing improvement in your health and wellness. So leaky gut, what it is there is a barrier in our gut wall, in our lining, in our intestines. And that barrier is there to prevent, so when we eat, right, and food and certain things that go into our digestive tract, certain nutrients do get pulled in through that barrier and get into our bloodstream. So nutrients, vitamins, things that we want there. What we don't want is undigested particles of food or other pathogens, etc., getting into our bloodstream, because that can create a systemic effect, an autoimmune effect, etc.